Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel. Again, if you're new, thank you for tuning in. And if you're returning, I appreciate you as always. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm just going to jump straight into it. Also, don't forget, there's links in the description box below. I need y'all to click on. Use the code to get some discounts off your purchases for brands like the Lip Bar and Clean Skin Club, which is a brand that they use like biodegradable towels. Really good for your skin. I just got my purchase in the mail for makeup removers, because makeup remover wipes, I was running out of them, and I just got some new ones. It's a pack of 30, and they're really big makeup wipes. So like usually when you're removing makeup, you'll use like 2 wipes. You can literally just use one of these. So definitely saves you time and money. So I have a code for that too. Anyways, gonna jump right into this one. So there's a video that's been floating, I guess, back around. My soror Brittany actually posted it. I will post a screenshot of her Instagram so you guys can follow her, because she's a really dope plus size blogger, motivational speaker, anything you can think of, she can do it, and she could dress her ass off, and she could stroll her ass off. So shout out to her. But she's the one that actually posted the video, and she agreed with the points that were made in the video, and I was like iffy on it, so I decided to just create a YouTube video about my thoughts. So pretty much the video is a woman talking to another woman. It's a group of people. They're in a setting and a whole bunch of them are talking, and the girl asks, the woman asks the other woman, you know, what are the ways to keep your man? So she said, you know, she'll give us 3 points, 3 ways to keep your man, right? So I'm gonna have you guys listen to a point, and then I'm gonna talk about it, and then listen to another point, talk about it, last point, talk about it, because I was a little on, you know, her thought process behind the things she said. Again, this is her thoughts, her views, so I can't say she's wrong, I can't say she's right. I can only just give my opinion also on how I felt about what she said. It is an old video. It's about a year ago. I personally had never seen the video before, so it was new to me, but here goes nothing. So I'm gonna have you guys listen to it with me, although I've heard it already, but I need to make sure what I'm listening to so that I repeat it with you guys. Well, not repeat it, but I'm re-listening it, so I make sure all my points that I want to get out, I get out. So listen up. Point 1.
Right, and I said I'll tell you top 3, then you got to tune in for the rest. You know what I mean? Women don't know how to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? When I say shut the fuck up, I really mean it verbatim, exactly how I'm saying it. Shut the fuck up. Like, we just, and I'm saying we, because me personally, I like to date a certain type of caliber of man. You know what I'm saying? And when you dating that type of caliber of man, he don't want to hear all of that. Especially when he paying the bills and he taking care of you and he keeping you up to how you want. And what I'm saying, and I'm not talking, let me finish. And I'm not talking about because you're an invalid, because you can't pay your own bills, because I come maintenance already. He didn't get me like this. He didn't put me in position. I was already bossed up. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about, he's doing his duties as a man. Meaning I don't got to ask him to do the things that he's supposed to do. I don't got to tell him I need. He's already doing it. Just being a man. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking a trick. I'm not talking about no goofy shit. I'm talking about a nigga saying, I like you. I'm pursuing you. And because I got it, I want to make sure you good too. Because what kind of man would I be to be around you to see you struggle? Mm-hmm. Not that you're struggling, but I can help you get it easier. Mm-hmm. That's the type of men I'm used to. And that's the type of men I attract. So when you dating that type of man, you gotta know when to be quiet. Sometimes you gotta pick and choose your battles. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I wanna be that independent. I know. No, I talk to a broke nigga like that. You don't talk to a nigga that can change your life tomorrow like that. Shut the fuck up.
That is true. I agree with that.
Because if you knew everything, you wouldn't be in my face.
So what's the second thing?
Okay, so when she started off by saying, like, you know, shut the fuck up, and I literally mean shut the fuck up, I was like, whoa, sis, huh? Just shut up? Like, what do you mean? So, like, I continued to listen, and she was saying, you know, which I can agree with, and not even in relationships, with just people in general. Sometimes you do have to pick and choose your battles. Not every conversation. That's another thing. People always have this tendency that if you disagree with someone, now it's an argument. It's not an argument, okay? you can disagree with someone, you guys can have opposing opinions, and it does not have to be an argument. You guys are yelling at each other and things like that. Like, that becomes rude. So yes, I can agree, you pick and choose your battles, because sometimes you don't want to argue with someone. You don't want to feel like, all right, I have to respond every time he says something. Like, that's understandable. Like, I get it. So, you know, after she continued to talk about saying, like, shut the fuck up, I can understand what she's saying, because there's certain things where you're just like, is this really bothering me? Will this really bother me tomorrow? You know, maybe not. So, you know, I'm not even going to deal with it. However, I wanted her to be clear about when she meant by the type of man, you know, that's taking care, you know, of the household, you know, paying the bills and stuff. Because to me, and this is my opinion, she gives me the vibes that she doesn't date anyone who has like less than 6 figures. Like, she's asking you, first date, how much you make, what you do. That's what I felt, because when she said, oh, you talk to a broke dude like that, I didn't like that, because you cannot disrespect someone or feel like you should disrespect them. Here we go with the sirens. I don't know if y'all hear it. I do. Anyways, you don't talk to anybody like that because of how much they make. And that was the part that I didn't like, that she said, like, you talk to a broke nigga like that. No, you don't. You respect everyone equally. Now, if they disrespect you, regardless of how much they make, then okay, then we have a problem. But if he doesn't disrespect you just because he doesn't make a certain amount of money, doesn't mean, oh, I can talk back to him because I make more than him. He's still a man, and he's still a human. I'm not gonna say he's still a man, he's still a human. And I've learned to respect the CEO and the janitor. Like, I didn't get that part, so that part really, I was like, no, I didn't like it. But okay, we're on to point 2, right? Cool. So listen up to point 2.
Second thing is, be open. Be open to change.
Explain.
Just be open. I never had calamari before. Don't say, I don't like that. I don't eat that. Try it. Try it more than once. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about the calamari. Try it. I've never been here. Go to another state. Go to another country. Try on a different designer. Whatever it is.
Okay. So point 2, I agree with 100%. And I think, again, that's not even just with a man. I think that could be with your friends, people you're getting to know. I think it's important to be open, to try new things, because one, we got one life to live. So why not try it out? Even if you end up not liking it, but at least saying you tried it. I could say growing up, I used to be the type, I would look at something, especially food. I look at it and be like, ew, that looks nasty. I'm not even trying it. And it's just like, okay, but it could look nasty and probably taste really good. Take mushrooms, for example. When I was young, I think that thing looked so weird to me. I was like, what is that? Like, it looks nasty. But then I realized I'm Haitian, and when we eat Dijonjon, black rice, it's mushrooms. Like, what makes the rice black is mushrooms. It's dried mushrooms. So technically, I've been eating mushrooms my whole life. So it's kind of just like, you know, I can agree with that. Be open, you know, be open to what he may want to do. Even if you try it a couple times, at least try it out before you're immediately saying like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this, whatever. So that point, I can agree with. All right. Now she's going to continue on though. And I can't remember if this was just her talking or if this is part of point 3. So we'll see. But we're going to get to point 3. And also there's a few other things she said that I was like, no.
Designer, whatever it is he's introducing you to, don't be so quick to say, no, I don't do that. That's not my thing. Because the stereotype, we quick to be like, men love Spanish women. And they love, because they're submissive, right? The Spanish woman got attitude. She's checking her man too. She's putting him in his place too, but it's the way you do it. You can't, as black women, and I'm taking responsibility, we tend to belittle our men. You understand what I'm saying? And say, oh, nah, you done fucked up, and because he did one thing wrong, or he can't meet the standards of today for you. You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, you ain't shit, and you da-da-da, but you forgot what he did for you a month ago, and a week ago, and 2 weeks ago. We forget to be appreciative.
Don't worry about the Spanish women like that, too.
You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm dating a guy who, I watch this 2-year-old daughter, she's going through the terrible too. She's screaming, she's throwing temper tantrums in the store, she's going crazy. Me, I'm ready to be like, yo, back her up and put her somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? Him, he's like, he got this thing where he's like 1, they count to 3, she chills the fuck out.
Okay, so again, she did her continuation of like, you know, be open, whether it's like trying a new outfit. I don't know. I didn't really care about that part, like the designer clothes. I think that's a personal style thing, so I'm not sure where the be open part came into that, but whatever. Anyway, what I wasn't a fan of at all was when she started comparing black women to Spanish women, or I guess it's Latinx women. I'm really sorry. I always get confused with the terminology. I believe I'm supposed to say Latinx. So when she started, well, she was supposed to say Latinx, so I'm going to say Latinx women, right? Because Spanish people would be from Spain. And I'm sure she's talking about like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, all that stuff. Now, I hate, like, it bothers me so much when black women get compared or contrasted to Latinx women, because it's always like, oh, well, if a Latinx woman, if she talks back to her man, like, she ends up being spicy and exotic. But if a black woman does it, she's rude and she's disrespectful and she don't care about her man. And I didn't even see why she brought that up, because you're just bringing back something that we try to ignore at this point. Because to me, I know I ignore when I see a man comparing a black woman and a Latinx woman. I'm just like, why are we doing this again? Like, why? Because we're not the same. No. Yes, there's Afro-Latinas and Afro-Latinos. Okay. Because if you look at them, you would consider them black. Like, all right, but we're not even going to get into all that history lesson business. But I just didn't care for the comparison, because it's just like, why? She's like, oh, there's a certain way to talk to the man. I bet you for some men, and again, I don't like saying all, for some men, if a black woman and a Latinx woman were to say the same exact thing in the same tone, for some of them, they would look at the black woman as, she's being difficult. And then the Latinx woman is, oh, she's spicy. I like that. I like a little sass in my woman. And you're just like, I said the same thing, same tone and everything, but because we want to speak up, now we're difficult and we're mean. And no, I didn't like that comment. All right, on to point 3. Now, point 3, I left a comment on the video because I personally wanted to know, like, what the specifics were, because when I was having the conversation with my soror, my good sis was having a conversation, and she was like, I don't feel like she meant it literally. But to me, most of her points, before she started the point, she said, I literally mean this. Like, the first point when she said, I literally mean shut the fuck up, she legit said, I mean shut the fuck up. Like, you can't get more literal than that when someone's telling you to take this literally. So, third point, literal. To me, I took it literal, and I just wanted a little more feedback to understand, you know, what was going on here and what she meant. But y'all listen and y'all see.
Taking care of everything around the house, you're amazing. You know what? I think that we should just pick days where you wash the dishes and I wash the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you're busy and I'm busy. Appreciate what he does. Let him know we don't let our men know we appreciate, but we want them to tell us, because I know I appreciate a nigga waking up every day and a nigga tell me I'm beautiful and I'm amazing and I'm dope.
So what's the third thing, sis? The third thing.
You gotta suck good dick.
You gotta suck good dick? We know I'm doing that. Right there.
And I want to add 4 to it. You gotta suck good dick. Like, we think it's all about fucking a nigga good. Niggas like good head. They like that shit without no mouth, without no lip, without no. No, I'm not talking about the teeth. I mean literal mouth. Like, don't complain. Like, I don't like, bitch. I don't want to hear that you tired. Like, I've been tired, sleep, dead in my sleep. You be like, yo, come here, come suck my dick. Nigga don't want to hear. I'm tired, baby, right now. No, you be like this. That's it. That's it. It's nothing to talk about.
Okay, so the literal, so the literal point 3 where she's like, you gotta suck some dick. Now, okay, you know, I'm gonna get to my, like, overview final point, but she was saying, like, you know, you gotta suck some dick, like, you better not give him mouth. And, like, what she meant by that was, you guys heard it, but what she meant by, like, as soon as he asked you for it, like, you should do it. You dead in your sleep, he wake you up, you should do it. Men, y'all think like that? Because I'm telling you now, most of us women, we not doing that. You waking us up out of our sleep to get some head? Now, I'm not saying, you know, if you're the type that you don't do it often, I can understand where a man is like, okay, you know, every now and then he would appreciate it. You know, be willing to do that. Be open to do that. But that whole waking me up business, I don't know. I'm not married. Y'all know this. I'm not in a relationship. Y'all know this. Because when I am, y'all gonna know. But like, I don't, is that a thing? Like, can the people in relationships tell me, like, does your man wake you up and be like, yo, I want some head, and you do it? Because I know for me, I don't think that's gonna really happen all the time. And it's not to say that I'm not, I feel like everything with a relationship needs to be reciprocated. So like, I'm doing this, you doing that. I cook, you clean. You cook, I clean. Like, you know, things like that. But I don't, something about it is just, that's why I left the comment. And I wanted to know, like, you know, are you saying it as, let's say I'm tired and I know I'm going to end up giving you whack head. You still want it? This is a legit question because I don't know. Maybe I need to text my guy friends and ask them. Because, like, you still want it even if she's tired and the shit's going to be trash? Because now you just woke her up and now she pissed off and tired. Now you just got some whack head and now you was excited, but now you got blue balls and you didn't release. So now we both going back to sleep upset. That part I wasn't with that. You know? She's a very opinionated woman. And I can appreciate her opinions and being so strong about them. Do I agree with all the points she made? No, because at the end of the day, a man that doesn't want to be kept will not be kept. Because I'm sure girls be doing handstands on the penis, splits on the penis, and then he's out there cheating. How do we win? Because I just feel like if he doesn't respect you and he doesn't value your relationship, you could be doing all these things plus more, and he's still gonna go out there and find something else. And not to say it's better, but you know that 80-20 rule situation where men have the 80 and they missing a little 20 and they want to go find it and they trying to have their cake and eat it too. So, you know, so I just think you damned if you do, you damned if you don't with this. So these points she made, I agreed with number 2. Number 1, it was like I agreed with half of the point. The other half, I was like, I don't know. Because also, I don't feel like you should shut up all the time, though. Because sometimes certain things do need to be discussed and debated so that he can understand where you're coming from. Again, it doesn't have to lead to an argument. But you also don't want to shut up every single time. Because now he going to walk all over you like a doormat. And I can say a lot of times women, we can be aggressive, if you want to call it that, or we can be, you know, very opinionated, strong-minded, really independent. Sometimes, yes, you do have to let a man be a man with certain things because they like to feel needed. It's in them. Growing up, I grew up with a lot of women, so that need for men I didn't have, and I still don't, and it's hard. So like when a guy wants to do something for me, I'm kind of just like, why? So you could throw it back in my face? So you could remind me you did it? Because you want something from me, and I have to stop myself sometimes, especially with good guys. I have to stop myself, not the ain't shit men, because I be knowing when y'all ain't shit. But you know, I gotta stop myself and be like, nah, he just wants to do it, so let him do it. It's a never-ending battle, I feel like, with people, and until we can just be honest with each other, we gonna deal with stuff like this, with trying to figure out how we could keep a man and he don't want to be kept. Trying to figure out how to keep him faithful when he don't want to be faithful. Because to me, if you want to cheat, I'd rather you just be single. And I don't know, people have, I think it's a fear of being alone. So this is why people are in relationships, but then they out here cheating. I personally don't really get the point. I really think it's just easier to be single if you still want to explore, and that's perfectly fine. But I just wanted to share my thoughts. Thank you for tuning in as always. I appreciate y'all. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with friends. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.